Hi everyone, and welcome back. Today, I would like to just show you a very interesting feature I found in the GPT series, especially that of GPT4. So I've already typed out this message before that, and you can see this is about asking GPT to be a classification model, and I provided some context of like where it should classify it, like in the garden, in the hospital, in the mountains, or in the sky. And then I just give it like the inputs directly, like, wow, the clouds are so fluffy today and so on. So let's just take a look at how GPT performs. So you can see that the first one, it classifies as in the sky, which is impressive because it's in the clouds is the sky. The second one should be the hospital, so it's B. Third one, ship on the fields, should be somewhere in the mountains, C. And the fourth one is water the flowers, which should be A, in the garden. And this is quite impressive because recently I've been toying around with a medical project, and like we want to classify certain patient queries into different contexts. And it turns out that actually you can do the classification without even any human examples. Like this is the traditional pipeline for machine learning. So like usually what we'll do is we have like different classes and we have some examples like X is class 1 and O's are class 0. And you want to use a technique such as support vector machines, to find the decision boundary between class 1 and class 2. However, if you can actually describe what you're classifying, like if what you're classifying has some relation to semantic meaning, like in this case, like garden, hospital, all this have plenty of examples all around the web. So if you have this kind of data, you can theoretically or practically describe your data. And like maybe I can say this is the garden and this other color, let's put it as purple, this other color can be the mountains. So let me just write here. So like this is garden and the bottom one will be mountains. So what will happen is that if we do something like that, GPT can actually, based on whatever has been pre-trained on, get the semantic meanings for each of these categories. And you can just give your inputs here and it can classify it zero shot. I would like to say zero shot because I didn't even give it any examples, right? I mean, you can also call it few shot because like I kind of prompted the model using some prompt engineering, but essentially I have not given it any labels at all. There's no human annotated labels for all this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 4 different inputs that I've given it. So I mean, recently there's also been a paper that said that ChatGPT can outperform human annotators at some sentiment analysis tasks, such as based on Twitter tweets to classify sentiment analysis. And I feel that this is likely the case because the pre-training data for GPT is the entire web. So it's able to already sort of get the data that it needs for sentiments from all the information out there. So this is a really cool feature. Like you can actually get all this kind of classification without any human annotation at all. And what's even better is based on the reflection paper, we can try it. Like based on the answers given above, identify any problems. So let's see what it outputs. Upon reviewing the answers, I recognize that might be an issue with the classification for input 3. So initially it has given us in the mountains. However, the mention of ship in the fields could be a countryside. So this is indeed the case, like the ship on the fields, the mountains maybe don't have fields. So what we can do is based on your reflection, based on the problems above, correct your outputs. You can just tell it to do that. And so what we can see is that, okay, it is not possible to provide an accurate classification for it. Okay, so it has come up with the identification that 3 is not exactly the right one. And they have said that, oh, maybe none of the provided context fit it. So we can even prompt it further based on the findings above, like propose a new context. So this is quite cool because you can see GPT, the baseline model is already not too bad. All right, you can already do the zero shot classification. I call it zero shot because there's no human annotation here. And what is even better is that it can even identify that some of your inputs may not match that well. And it can even come up with a new context like that. So this is really something quite cool. And a lot of papers, a lot of practical products are already building on this cycle of reflection or like recursive querying of GPT, like Auto GPT, ask GPT to form the subtasks and then prioritize the subtasks, execute it. All this have a lot of potential. And I feel like this is indeed a very good thing because it means that from the baseline model of like GPT-3 or GPT-4, we can generate more and more powerful systems. Okay, but as what I said in the AGI video, I don't think this is an indication of self-learning yet. It is just able to refine its outputs using like self-prompting to get a better output. But there's still a limit as to what it can output based on the model's capabilities. So yeah, I'd like to end off with this note. Do try it out and let me know how you let me know what you have discovered. All right, signing off. Bye.